blastmusic247.com. We're changing the industry one artist at a time.
Hello, hello, hello. I hope you have had a wonderful week. I am Melikia K, Courtney, and I am here to bring you SXP MetaMorphosis 365. I rant over here to get to you guys. Okay, so let's start with some gratitude. My favorite place to begin. Thank you, Blast Music 247, for welcoming me to the family. I love it here. I'm staying, and I've been telling everybody about it. Best place to come podcast if you're looking for it. And also, Troy is going to give you guys the grown-up stuff later about sharing your music, because I've been sharing that too with different artists who may want to have their things highlighted. Okay, great. Also, thank you to Sunshine, who is amazing. And special shout out to Carla, Crazy Color Concoctions, that's here on Thursday, same channel, Blast Music 247. She's just been a light. I have really enjoyed seeing her happiness this week, and her posts have been freaking hilarious. So I'm very grateful to be making new friends in the family and just moving. And also proud of you, Sunshine. I saw you do your thing live. Big time proud of you. Hey, Miss Fran, how are you? Okay, so as promised, because remember last week, and you know what's going on? Let me be real transparent about what's going on. I'm in travels. I've been traveling. So yeah, but we're making it do what it do. And I'm glad you're here because I am too. Okay, great. As promised last week when I did the live after the replay, we're going to have that conversation, the loving you back to life conversation. We did a light conversation and it was good. It was about 40 minutes. So a little bit more than light, maybe a late night snack that you're not supposed to have, right? But that one you're supposed to have because it's got a lot of keys. What's the point, Melikia? The point is, if you did not catch last week's light conversation about loving you back to life, I'm gonna need you to go back and listen to that. And I think you need you to go back and listen to that because it's a conversation worth having. All right. All right, we are jumping right into it. You guys, I am a fan of food. I don't know about y'all. I like the foods. I like the food a lot, and I am given to sweets. It was my food group, my favorite food group, if we're gonna be real clear and honest about it. My grandmother was, I say is because she's still with me, an amazing cook and a baker, as is my mama. So I got it honest, like, and I have a thing for pie. When I say got a thing for pie, I have a thing for pie. So we're about to have a pie conversation, sort of. Okay. I thought it was very important to pause and have this conversation because, and let me lay this problem out clearly. There are so many of us seeking love from others, seeking to be loved by others, but I don't know how many of us go as hard in that pursuit with love for self. That's why it's imperative you go back and listen to the light conversation, because I really hammered that nail over there, and I want to extend from there and add this information to it. And if you know that you are one of those people who need love, who are seeking love, who are desirous of love, who pursue it and get pissed off when you don't get it, those folks who get mad, like big mad, when it's not the love that you were asking for or seeking, kind of impatient, don't really want to shape it, but you want a particular kind of love and no one has been able to provide it for you to this point. Well, what do? Do you continue in that same rhythmic pattern of stress and trying to force someone to be that love that you desired? Or baby, do you bring you together and figure out how to give it to yourself for so many reasons? Okay, great. So we're going to jump in here and get to these points because it's about 8 of them and I really want to make sure we get through it. How can you love you back to life? How can you be your best you for you? And I'm going to say it in several different ways so that people can meet it wherever they are. What is it going to take to love yourself fully? All right, so I've offered you 3 different angles, 3 different lenses to kind of look through, as if you had 3 eyes, because you do. Okay, great. Hiding the truth. When I think about my favorite pie, I'm a super fan of lemon meringue pie. I love it. I love it. I love it a lot. And what's really interesting about it is you have that meringue that sits right on top of the pie, and it feels like almost its own kind of thing. And unless you dig completely down through that top meringue into the pie, down to the crust, and scoop out, you do not have a full story of that pie. You just don't have a full story. So you could say, and I'm going to say that your pie is sometimes hidden. Okay, that pie of self is sometimes hidden by the meringue, and sometimes it is that we are content to let the things that are lower hide from us. Sometimes we're just content. It's too much to touch. It hurts, or it's ugly, or it's frightening, and we don't want to deal with the hidden things. And mind you, we're building the pie so it sticks and it's sweet, and you can ingest this message and get the help you need, right? Okay, great. So what are your hidden things? What are the things that you are hiding and that you really don't want to look at and you really don't want to touch? Now, we all know it's there because there's the tin pan, there's some crust going on, you got some filling going on, and then you got something on top. But you only want to deal with the topical things, right? It's time to get honest. You want to love you back to life? Well, this is your path. I'm offering you your path to love you back to life, to fulfill love in you so that you are not out bleeding on others or sponging up others and soaking them out of their energy and life to death. Let's not do that. Let's build a better us. Okay, great. It made me think about my kids. I am a mommy. I am a Jima. And when my children were younger, I'm not one for tattling. I grew up on the south side of Chicago, Wawa Hunters, and stitches and stitches. Step one. And we would make the comment in the house, like jokingly, right? And at the same time, I meant it. Like, I'm not dealing with the snitching. And this is how I handled it. And this is how I handle adults the same way, because this is the truth of the matter. When my children would come to me to snitch on their siblings and complain and whine and moan about the things that they were doing to them. Now, some of it was absolutely fair to bring to the mother and say, hey, listen, this is what's happening. And I respect that. And that was good to do. And yes, I addressed it. But you know what I addressed first? I addressed the person who was in front of me. What did you do? Because the other person's not in front of me right now. Now, yeah, I'm attend to them because those are my children. But in the adult life, sometimes these people are not your children. You do not get to go and address them. You get to deal with the situation on your own. You need to take ownership of your part and handle that, and then keep it moving as best you can, right? So in that full statement of your hidden things, I challenge you to take responsibility for what you did. Oh my God. When I tell you, I'm with some clients sometimes and they hit me with I didn't do anything. Pause. Because that's not an answer that I can accept. I didn't do nothing. Okay. Well, let's look at it. When it comes to these matters, and I'm not talking about traumatic events, unforeseen attacks. I'm not speaking about that. I am talking about these hidden things that you don't want to touch, that you don't want to dig into the bottom of your pan of that pie for, but you know they're there. Okay. And yes, maybe somebody else helped you fill your pie in. Sure. But what can you do about it? Well, you can begin by identifying, accepting, and owning what you did. Period. Okay. Let's start there. Then maybe we can get to some blame later, but let's see how much we can get done before we can get to some blame. We might run out of time before we get to blame. Same in real life. We might run out of time before we can really get to that blaming part. Okay. Let's move on to number 2. So number 2, a lot of times, I'm going to tell you what it is first and then we'll talk about it. Misrepresenting your needs and keeping in my pie theme, because I really am in the mood for some pie. and cake and cookies. I'm a fan of all of those things. So let's be honest. So sometimes I find that there's fake ingredients. There's fake ingredients in these pies and cakes and cookies. For instance, I grabbed the cake icing. This was like not even a good, maybe 3 weeks ago. And I was excited. I was going to put some cake icing on a cookie because I am that guy. I don't even know what it was. I just happened to see something that said something weird on the side of the bottle that I hadn't noticed before. And what it was is something was passed where these labels have to have these identifying markers that there's things in them that are not, that are biohazard, basically. They can't break down in the body. And I can simply call them fake ingredients. They are not real foods. They are not really for us, right? And up until recently, the people who were preparing it didn't even have to tell us. They'd have to be honest about what was in that whole mix, like fake ingredients for real. And let's bring it on home to the people. Sometimes we enter into life and agreements and relationships with fake ingredients. You present yourself as one thing or one way, and you know good and dang on well that is not who you are. That is not who you'll ever be. It's not even who you want to be. But you're offering what you think is wanted. You're offering what you think will be accepted because in your mind, possibly you perceive that it's better than you are. So you're going to offer that so that you can be accepted. But like all things food, there is a shelf life involved, unless you're a Twinkie or a McDonald's burger, apparently. There's a shelf life to that lie. All right. How do you expect to love and be loved if you're presenting someone other than yourself, right? Even to yourself. Giggle story will leave the names out to protect the innocent. There were certain humans who grew up in melanated skin and had an issue with that because of surroundings and tried to find other skins to fit into and other languages to fit into and other cultures to fit into because it was available and could, right? But does that make that a better option? It does not. It does not. You can only be the best you. The best you. Can't nobody do you better than you, period. So I encourage you to bear that in mind when these fake ingredients are being offered up. Get real. Like, get real. Hey, partner, get real about who you are on the inside. Get real about what you need. What's your makeup? Like, what makes you up? I'm reading my notes, so I'm staying on track. We're going to get through all 8 of these. That's the mission. What makes you you? Can you honestly sit and say your vocabulary reflects who you are? And this is simple stuff. Can you honestly sit and say that your food choices reflect who you are and who your mind is on the inside? Are you at peace when you eat? That's your testing. Are you at peace when you speak? That's your testing, because that will help you begin to see exactly who you are. It will show you if you are acting outside of yourself, if you are pretending. And mind you, I'm all for the imagination, I'm all for creativity. So don't take it that way, but take it this way. Are you pretending to be something you are not? Are you pretending to be behave or act or have some you don't even have? Fess up. And start by fessing up to yourself. It's so simple. So that's 1 and 2. 1, hiding the truth. That lemon meringue, y'all. The meringues dig deeper into your pies of self, misrepresenting your needs and fake ingredients. Okay, so we talked about the fake showing up, about pretending to be something you're not, or pretending to need something you don't, and it's not safe and it's unhealthy. Do you know what you need? Like, have you really sat with yourself to ask, what do I need? Like, what do I need? Especially for folks who are working W-2s, what do I need out of this job? Because they're going to get what they need out of you. I have children in the military, and I make sure I tell them this very phrase, and this goes out to everyone who has children in the military. Make sure you talk to your folks, and if it's you, then it applies to you. The governments, regardless of where you are in the world, will get what they want from you. That is undoubted. You know why? Because They have a full-on plan. They have a full-on policy. They have needs and demands, and they know where you fit in because they slotted you right up in there to meet that need and demand. Well, baby, get what you need while you're there too. Okay? So in your workplace, it can be an exchange, and it should be. In your private relationships, personal, romantic, there can be an exchange, and it should be. What do you need? And be honest about your needs and not apologetic. All right? And there, you'll meet empaths sometime. And if you meet empaths, amen, you know what to do. Because we're working on loving you back to life. Loving you back to life. I'm not talking about any freaking body else right now. I'm talking about you and what it takes to love you back to life. Seeing you, being honest about your hidden things, not misrepresenting your needs. And number 3, unrealistic expectations. And unrealistic expectations are dangerous. You know, they set you up for failure. If you are expecting someone to be everything for you, can I burst your bubble now? You know, and say that it's just not going to happen. There's no one designed in this earth skin to be everything you need at all freaking times. It doesn't exist. That perfect slice of pie or perfect pie, like it becomes a different whole thing when you cut it, right? It immediately becomes something else. When you join in coupling with someone else to do any freaking thing, whether it's personal, romantic, or professional, it's become something new because you entered in. It's become something new because you've come together to create something new, period. So for you to think that someone else is going to fill your 100% cup is unrealistic. For you to think that you can fill someone else's cup 100% is unrealistic. It's such a demand. No one can be God for you. For those people who seek God, you must seek God for yourself and have your own God and your own energy and on your own plate and your own practices and your own love boat. Like literally build your own love boat for you. And then you can invite somebody in it, and then you can also love from it. Because it's hard to love outward well when you've not loved inward well. Okay, so we touched on 1, 2, 3. And the unrealistic has a twin that I call unreasonable. Generally, when you find unrealistic, there's unreasonable right behind it, and unreasonable is your number 4. And we have to slow down a bit because I want to make this very clear, this point for unrealistic. Y'all, back to the food, where I like to be. Sometimes, and this literally just today, made brownies with my G baby, right? And there's timing involved. You have to figure out the pan, you have to figure out the heat, all these wonderful things to figure out, and it's fun and it's wonderful. And then you gotta wait. You gotta wait. I want you to know when he read it the first time, because it was a box mix. When he read it the first time, this man was like 20 minutes. He was ready. He wanted it in 20 minutes. Gang, no holds bar, no chill, no wait. And I was like, no, come here, let me teach you a little bit more. Let's take time and read. Let's see what utensils you're using. Let's see what pan you're using. And then you're going to have to decide from this model. You can't just come in and push this model. This is the model that stands. This is your policy and procedure that stands. This is the mindset that prevails. Why? Because it was the creator. I'm backing you through that for my listeners. You caught that? Okay, great. Pan, 8x8. Maybe it's about to take 45 minutes or a little bit more than that. Oh, man. And the huff and puff comes. Well, again, back to unrealistic expectations. It's unrealistic and of no fault of his own because he's young and he's learning, right? So this is not about a fault. I'm not blaming anyone. I'm inviting you. I'm inviting you to take responsibility. I'm inviting you to take ownership and be better. Just be better, right? And the being better takes becoming. There's some work involved, and that's okay too. Don't be afraid of the work, okay? All right, let's keep it moving. Unreasonable. Sometimes, and I confess, I sit down with some candy and I'm not just going to eat one. It's like Pringles and I'm fit to eat a whole bunch of them. Yes, I am. And I do. Or if I have pie and it was really, really good to me and I decide that I want 2 slices, guess what I'm about to do? I'm about to eat 2. Right or wrong, I don't even look at that. Did I want it? Did I do it? Did I choose it? Now, if my pants start fitting tighter, I absolutely know why it would be unreasonable of me to sit and go, oh my God, I don't know why I'm gaining weight. Yeah, I do. I absolutely know why I gained weight. I absolutely know why I need to lean to the side after I've eaten a certain amount, because I chose it, right? So it's unreasonable to believe that you have I just realized this is opening. It's unreasonable to believe that you can just act without an outcome. Okay, there's always going to be a result. There's always a result when you act. This is undeniable. It does not change. This is just the is, okay, of the thing. So be reasonable when you're moving in your reason. Look for discipline. I know I'm not about to eat 8 slices of that pie at once. I know I'm not about to eat 4 slices at once. It's just not to be done, because I decided for Melikia it is not to be done. So I won't do it. Even when I really, 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 really want to, I'm not doing that, because I don't want the negative outcomes that come behind it. All right. So I know better. So I'm doing better. I don't know if y'all hear that rain. It's beautiful and it's loud and bangy. Okay, great. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Hiding truth, the meringues, misrepresenting your needs and fake ingredients, unrealistic. Sometimes you're not gonna bake for 24 minutes. It's gonna take 45 or more, and convert those minutes to years. Sometimes it takes the time that it takes. It can be long and drawn out and arduous, but it takes the time that it takes. Okay? And that's in reference to loving yourself. Moving on to 5, jealousy. And I'm sharing with you things that work counter. They work counter to loving yourself. They're counterintuitive. And these unhealthy actions and behaviors, these things will work against you loving yourself back to life. Consider this a warning. I'm warning you. These things detract from you. So let's build some behaviors that add to you. This is a mission, right? We're on it. Jealousy. I called it the devil's food cake because I thought it was funny, and I can. How about that? I enjoy devil's food cake. It's delicious, right? But what I'm not going to do is waste my energy being jealous of anybody when I can have what I need, when I can have whatever I decide to have, whatever I'm blessed with. Why would I sit and be a hater? Why be a hater? Why sit and try to be a shade over somebody else's lamp when they're working to shine? Why sit in judgment and tear someone else down with your words, with your mind, with your sneaky plotting actions? Why do that? That's all under jealousy. Jealousy is a detractor. It will steal from you. Not only will it try and woo your attention and woo your behaviors, but it will turn around and slap you upside your head afterwards to remind you shouldn't have did it. You knew better and you did it, and now you will reap your results. I always say it. I make sure I say this in any circle I'm able to. What you wish upon another, it happens in your spirit first, because you are the creator. So believe it, dollars to donuts, you're going to experience it. And if you're out here being a jealous hater, being horrible with your mouth, gossiping through people's business, being an ass, okay, I'll say it like that, just straight up being a jerk for no reason, then you can expect it to come back on your head. And when it comes, sometimes it's multiplied and it's so heavy and it smacks so hard, but you don't get to be mad. I can hear. I have love. That's question just came to me. So sure enough, you don't get to be mad when it comes back to visit you and tells you, hi. You can't be mad because you did it first. You spoke it first. You saw it first. You planned it first. You plotted it first. Okay. And I think I've ironed that out just to get it clear. Some of us be guilty. Sometimes you may see someone excelling above you or exceeding you. Maybe someone I was pissed at this one point. I trained someone, brought someone in for me to train, only I didn't know I was training that person to take my job. I would be mad about that, but I could see that. So, however, I know better than just to get caught up in there. Come here. You can't waste energy in that. It's not to be done. All right. I love you. Ooh, I got it squishy. So anyhow, we're going to get back to it. We're on number 6, inconsistency. So I'm a fan of tres leches cake. I'm a super, super fan of it. I simply must have it every so often, but it's very different when it comes to cake. I don't know about you guys if you like a soaked cake. Some folks like their cake dry, right? But this one requires milk, 3 of them. And immediately the consistency of the cake changes because it's wet. All right, immediately. Mwah! And we are best, I think that's the way best way to put it. We are our best when we're being consistent. Down you go. Hi, my love. Hold on. I know, I see. So I'm doing double time.
Where was going?
I'm on live. So we're gonna take a 2 seconds. Let's do a break real quick, Troy, and I'm gonna kiss my grandbabies since they just came in and I love them much. So let's rock them like, and I'll be back. Hi.
Alrighty.
Come here, let me hug you.
All right. So tonight we're going to do the Blast Artist Spotlight. It's my girl Demi Day with Be Like You. Let's check it out.
Everybody can't reach like, everybody can't dream like, everybody can't be like, everybody can't be like you. Everybody can't reach like, and everybody can't dream like, everybody can't be like, everybody can't be like you. I understand you got your own thing going, merely on down the stream, you better keep on rowing. They try to knock your self-esteem, you better keep on glowing. Don't let nobody in between that future you be knowing. So here's my message to you. Ain't no person on earth that can outdo you. Be yourself unto yourself. You'll be honored that you knew you. Only you can be your rock when it ain't no one else around. And if you don't love yourself, then the only way is down. But I believe in you. I see you got some dreams in you. Full speed ahead, I see you got some steam in you. Just keep chugging away. Be grateful for every day that you get to bless the world with such a beautiful face. Let your shadow make the chase. Let your heart dictate the pace. Let your mind give you the strength and let your spirit run the race. I bet your ancestors cheering, seeing the path you clearing. Nothing worth fearing, every lesson worth hearing. But every now and again they try to break you. Lean into them wounds even though they might be painful. And when they heal the scars, that's when you gon' see a breakthrough. I'm praying that you make do with every resource within your grasp. Multiply it forth and be generous with your math. Kindness in your hand, willing to understand that every single second you get is another dance. And every single moment you breathe is another chance to do something you love, to always rise above. Parting for the past, don't let that trauma beat you up. Be gentle with your mental and everything you done been through. End of the day, you're the reason I grabbed a pencil, so I could draw you up a motivational stencil. Tracing the inspiration, make way for the destination. Trust me, I can see all of the places that you're headed. And I'm here to let you know you ain't gonna never reach a dead end. Everybody can't reach like, everybody can't dream like, everybody can't be like, everybody can't be like you. Everybody can't reach like, and everybody can't dream like, everybody can't be like, everybody can't be like you.
And that was Miss Demi Day with Be Like You. And if you are an independent artist or a spoken word poet or up and coming comedian looking for some exposure, you can go to blastmusic247.com and register for free. But Blast is also looking for the fans of music. So if you're a fan of great music, you can also go to blastmusic247.com, register under the Unlimited Fan, and have access to hundreds of independent music. Blast. We're constantly changing the industry, one artist at a time.
Awesome.
Right.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Oh, so you guys see part of my joy. Like when I tell you my squishies are, oh my God, that's my heartbeat. So it's good to hug my squishies and kiss on them. Thank you so much, Troy. I appreciate that. And that song is that's a bump right there. Okay, back to hustle. So we're on inconsistencies. The tres leches cake. I love the tres leches. Again, sometimes we get inconsistent, and it is as simple sometimes as pouring milk on cake. Something so simple we allow to knock off our square. Right? Bye-bye. There you go. Didn't get your way, so now you're gonna throw a fit off your square. Building, not seeing the fruits of what you've been working for, and you mad, now you want to quit or throw a tantrum or have a fit, right? Like all these things we are given to these behaviors, and these things do work counter to loving us back to life. These are the things that remove your light. These are the things that steal your heart, that halt your passion, that kind of just they make life sandpapery. And that is not what we're working for, right? And I'm taking time and highlighting all these things because these are the little foxes. These are the little things that add up to the big things that fall on people's head. All right. So again, warning, warning, warning. Don't let it be you. All right. When it comes to inconsistencies, because you can take it both ways, right? You can look at people's behavior. You know, it's really easy to see when you're looking outward and at the behavior of folks around you. You may be more able to recognize inconsistencies. Someone says they're going to do something, they don't do it. And they're doing that a lot. Okay. Someone says, this is who I am, but they don't behave that way. Like folks that run around with different labels and titles, and they're saying, this is who I am, and this is what I identify with, religion being easy to see. And then you look at their behavior and it's like, no, I don't see that. I don't see that in you at all. Or folks who lie, because that's truly inconsistency as well. And then for those of us who are spirit more than body, who feel it immediately, who have those energetic markers that are lit up or down when things are inconsistent, like we are more in tune and we get it a little quicker. Okay. Don't let it be you. That is the point. Don't let it be you. And I'm going to tell you a secret. The reason we can, thank you, darling, identify it readily is because it had to exist in us. In order for me to be able to identify it, I have to know it. Thank you so much. And that might hurt a little bit. That might sting a little bit. But it's true nonetheless. Like, be mad if you like. That's a waste of time. I prefer you be active. Like, get active for real. And look at what I'm saying. You know, see what I'm saying. Is there something about you? For those people who can't stand liars, is there something about you? Do you white lie? Because that's a lie too. Do you omit? Okay, I'm pointing out your propensities or opportunities to be inconsistent. You taking stuff from your job that don't belong to you? That's stealing. That's inconsistent with you saying you honor people, you honor God, you honor yourself. Things like that, you know. And sometimes it may come across like it's just, oh, this doesn't matter. So I have this thing, but I'm gonna lie about it. You a liar. Flat out, you a liar. Stop. Okay. And we can stop. Like it is a matter of choice. I'm reminding you of the little things that strangle life and love out of you, so that you can get them the heck away from you and live and be happy and be in love with yourself first. All right. We are moving through this. We're on 6, so I'm going to get through the others really quickly. Unforgiveness. Now, unforgiveness occurs to me as a fruitcake. You never really know unless you made it. Unless you made that fruit cake, you don't know all that stuff that's in there. And a lot of times, a lot of these fruit cakes taste like horrible. They taste like horrible in a box or a bag. And don't nobody want to eat that mess. Okay? But then sometimes there are some really delicious ones and you're going to eat it. I like fruit cake, some of them. And I've had some that are so good. And I'm sitting there trying to figure out all of the ingredients in this thing. Sometimes I can't. Sometimes I can. But let's talk about the bitterness in the batter. Okay, sometimes we are bitter about so many things, and I mean things that happened years ago, things that we have blamed people for and laid it there and rested and left it. I ain't gonna touch it again because we done already put it where it belongs. It belongs on their shoulder, on their head, and we're gonna blame till hell freezes over. And that's unfortunate. Thank you so much. You too. I appreciate your help. I actually saw the message this time. Hey, okay. So the bitterness batter. Are you really gonna take time to put it in the pans and bake it up? Like for real? Like you're gonna let it heat up and then you're gonna eat it too? When you could just throw on it straight away, dealt with your forgiveness. Because you have forgiveness. You gotta move into unforgiveness. That's choice. It's a choice. Because when the offense happens, you are literally in the state. You're in a one state. Boom, you're right there. Something has offended you, hurt your heart, or you upset. Okay, fine. Fair. We're not going to call it good or bad. We're just going to say fair is right there, right? You're mad. Okay, you hurt. Okay, you're offended. Okay, something occurred. Okay, now you get to choose. You're going left or you're going right. You're going into unforgiveness or you're going to forgive this. And forgive, because someone decides to forgive and boom, out the mouth, I forgive you. Okay, that doesn't mean that it's ended. That doesn't mean that it's over and that it's worked out. Hell no, that's not what it means. It's not a justification. It's not an excuse. It's not a tool to evade the damage you've done. Nah, don't run nowhere and say, Melikia told me, no, she didn't. What she told you was, you have a choice. You can move into unforgiveness or you can move straight into forgiveness and give your heart a break and do the work it takes to honestly and truly lay that thing to rest, lay it to rest. I have conversations, and I kid you not, a lot of times with my elders, I love them to pieces. A lot of times they have these conversations that come out their mouth from stuff from 1906 that ain't got a darn thing to do with their life for the last 50, 40 years, but they speak it like it just happened right today. Unforgiveness, bitterness batter that I made into cakes and then cookies and pies, my favorite, and eaten for years, still poisonous, energy stealing food with unidentifiable ingredients that were never meant for your body and you can't process, and that's your physical body and your natural body, spiritual body and physical body. Okay, so be warned. Again, warning. All right, so we're gonna move to 8. 8 is, I'm fit to offend some people. I'm fit to make some people mad. Don't be mad. Don't be mad enough to not listen. Be mad enough to listen and do something about it. That's what I'm saying. Darlings, have this pour me on them. Pour me. And I'm going to ask a real rude question. What flavor is your pour me pie? Okay. A lot of times the pour me pie shows up when you are mixed up, you're not focused, you're moving in a whole lot of different directions, and you're feeling like a failure, feeling like a fraud, or feeling unloved, or feeling lonely, or feeling used. All of these things come into the pour me pie. Can it be eaten? We can eat whatever we want to eat. Clearly we didn't establish that, right? Because we are in control of what we put in our mouths when we're conscious and coherent, right? Same time, it's a choice. It's a choice. So how long you choose to eat your pour me pie is strictly up to you. Am I saying don't grieve losses? No. Am I saying don't be sad about the things that ache and that hurt you and that disappointed you? Not saying that. But I am saying please don't go make no bitterness batter. Make you some cupcakes of poison and decorate them things. I'm gonna say something else right quick, y'all. I'm gonna say something else. And eat and serve it to the people around you so everybody gets poisoned. But nobody, this unfortunately, you don't die quickly when you consume it. Because if people start dropping like flies from the trash that they continue to consume energetically and spiritually, if they start dropping like flies, we knock it off quick. We knock it off. But that's not the case. And people are slow to see the spiritual death occurring in them and in the people around them. When we are eating like this, when we're being ridiculous and over consuming and ignoring the things that we need to tend to, okay, all under the lampshade or light of refusing to love ourselves back to life. And that's the whole point. So I done pointed out the problem. And of course I took the other side of the notes because I want to lay it out for you very clearly. So you don't walk away and be like, I don't get it. You know what I mean? We're not having that. We're going to have that full conversation because I really want you to get it. Why? Because I want you loved back to life. I want to help love you back to life. And I'm going to do that by laying out the problem in a very clear manner, in a manner that makes you think as well. I'm not going to give you all of the little crumbs, but I'm giving you enough to eat and to chew on, to think on, and to meditate over, and to go back into yourself for the understanding you need to heal. Hope point. What's point today? Today's message, warning, warning, warning. If you want to love yourself back to life, you got to take ownership. Time to identify the things that need to be identified and get to work. Get active. It's time. Okay, great. 1, be honest about your issues. Be honest, be honest, be honest. Stop the freaking pretending. Knock it off. Know what your makeup and your metal is made of. Know what you're made up of. Know what is inside of you. Know your range. If you have a range from people pleasing to 8, let it be known. If you got a temper, let it be known. If you are strong and firm and consistent, let it be known. If you are loving, let it be known. If you have boundaries, let it be known. If you haven't defined any boundaries, get you some. They're wonderful. Get you some boundaries. Set them. And you respect your boundaries, and everybody else will too. If you don't respect your own boundaries, ain't nobody else gonna respect them either. How about that? Truth. All right? Be patient. Be patient with yourself. This is a process. It's a process. It's a process. It's a process. I say it 3 times so you get it. Be realistic while you're being patient. I used to tell my grandbaby, he would get so frustrated because he couldn't do a thing. Oh, I can't do it. Grumble, grumble, grumble. And I would say to him, did you know how to do that already? No. Are you just learning it? Yes. Well, that means you need to learn it, huh? Yes. That takes time sometimes, don't it? Yeah. Okay. Let it sink in you. It takes time to rebuild you. It takes time to meet yourself sometimes and then get to know you. And that's okay too. Okay. 4, discipline yourself to be reasonable in your thought, in your speech, and in your action. Discipline. That consistency comes back to mind. Anytime you hear the word consistency, please train your mind to think discipline. Because if it's going to be any type of consistency, baby, believe and trust me, there is some discipline involved. If you're afraid of that word discipline, go back and look it up, understand it better, make friends with it, and implement. Period. Okay, great. Back to it. So, discipline yourself with reasonable thought. And again, we go check the other episodes. We already talked about life and thought and mindset. We'll talk about it more at the same time. Go back for these lessons. If you go back from the first episode and bring it all the way up to this episode, and we have 2 14s, so don't trip. There are 2 14s. One's 14 light, and this is the 14 main. This meat. Watch them all. Get your notepad out, or however you take notes. I'm a fan of pen and paper. And take these notes and begin to put these tools into place. Get some work done, because you got no excuse. If you're watching this podcast, beat it. You got no excuse. You're sharing this podcast with people who need it, and you got it because someone shared it with you because they knew you needed it. You have no excuse. Discipline yourself to reasonable thought, reasonable speech, and reasonable actions. Reasonable speech. Mind your mouth. You speak life or you speak death with that thing. It's in your tongue. That's your power. Mind your mouth. Discipline yourself. Y'all, I don't know if you hear this. It's hailing and the sky is opening up. It's going down. But we're going to get this done. And then I'm going to go pray. So, kill all seeds of envy. If you find that you have envy and jealousy and judgment and hatred or anything that is truly vile, it really is vile, even if you play with it, it is vile. Kill those seeds off. Don't let them things grow on you. Envy, jealousy. How about instead you choose to be supportive? Choose to be a supportive love in the life of others. Love, love, love. Stir up your love. Stir up that gift of love. Ask for it if you don't have it. And love, love, love. Love, 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 love. And that's a primer. That's a primer. Practice on you. Love, 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 love you from the inside. Love, love, love everything about you. Begin to love your body from your crown to your toes. Look at you. All of the things that are about you. your moles or your eyes and your lines and your eyebrows that want to wander and your boobs that went this way and that way, your waistline that may have or may not have disappeared, the nice abs that you might have grabbed, whatever it is that makes you you. Fall in love with you, your beautiful mind, your creativity, the way you feel for things, the way you're able to move along and not be fazed by someone's ignorance. Love the things about you. Begin to understand your best, right? What are the best things about you? And understand the weakest things about you and embrace it all because it is all you. And you get to love every facet of yourself. Every bit of you is worth loving. Every bit of you is worth loving. And don't let nobody convince you otherwise. Every bit of you is worth loving. Can you grow? Yes. Are there things to heal inside of you? Sure. And that's good. You got something to do. You won't be bored in life. Do your work. Okay. Be consistent. If you say you're going to do it, do it. Enough said. If you said you're going to complete it, complete it. If you said you're going to fix it, fix it. I don't even need to harp on that. Get active. Focus and choose better things to be inside you. Where's your focus? Where's your focus? I will warn you, if you only focus on the negative and on the sad and on the trauma, you will have poured your energy and life into those things, and you will see more of them bud and bloom and come keep you company. They will become reiterated life on repeat. If that is all you feast on is negativity and murder, death, kill, and discontent, you will find a life full of all of the above. But if you focus on love, on peace, on restoration, you will find a life that reflects you having poured your energy, your time, your value, your work, your word into bringing that to your life. You get to choose. Keep that in mind. Be mindful of what you eat, watch, and say. And I already harped on that earlier about the speech, but I'm going to harp on it again because I put it in here again and again, and you'll hear it again and again because it matters. It's so important. Focus and choose better things inside of you. Be mindful of what you eat, watch, pray, and say. 8, decide. Are you willing to keep company with your iteration of poor me, or do you demand better and better and better out of yourself? What does win? I win. When you say those words to yourself, I win, what does that feel like to you? What does it mean? Because that's a feeling that needs to be captured and held, treated like seed, buried and hovered, watered well and given sunlight. Let that bloom for you. What does win feel like? When? And let that be your resting state of being. Understand that emotion. How does it feel in you? What is the vibration the sensations that flare off when you say the word win? What is happening inside you? And I'm laying in this for a moment just so that you learn this marker in your body. Learn where your wins are, right? So that you can go back to it. Tap, tap, tap. I hit 0 when I'm in my meditative states consistently. I hit 0 by the word 0. I hit relax by the word relax. Because of training, because of consistency. I hit forgiveness by the word forgiveness. Because I chose to. Because I did the work to. Right? So this is not impossible. And I'm not telling you guys to do things, anything I haven't done. I'm not telling you things that I think. I'm telling you what I know. How do I know? Because I freaking went through so much. And I had to learn some keys and tools to get through it and to stay above it and to continue on. And I did not think it wise to learn these things and keep it to myself. Not when I'm watching my brothers and sisters struggle. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to share this truth with you. You're in a podcast. You didn't pay a dime or a dollar to be here and listen and learn. We charge $250 an hour, y'all. So consider it necessary. This is a necessary moment. Take it as such. All right. back to the rehearse that. I put a note in here just to share with you guys to make sure I did. Marry your emotions to that. When you think about marriage, what does marriage mean to you? And then once you've defined what marriage means to you, go back and look at the original thought of what marriage was to be. As far back as you can. Don't be lazy and just read a Bible or a Quran. None of that. Hunt. Wake up the hunter and you research. Go understand. Seek it. And understand what it was intended to be. And then once you've figured that out, marry your win emotion, because it will help carry you through so many things. It will help you love you back to life, because you will sit and you will teach your body joy. You will sit and you will teach your body love and peace and patience and kindness, and you will do it vibrationally. You will understand it sensationally. Okay? Then you can act on it. Then you can duplicate it in the physical, the natural. But first, possess it in spirit, mind, words. Okay? So these are my admonishments. This is the truth of the matter. My heart is to love you back to life, and I've given you the problem laid out in detail. I've given you solution laid out in detail. You have the power of replay. I'm going live on Blast Music 247, and you can find it here, and you can also find it on my own page, Melikia K. Courtney. Be sure to subscribe over there as well and engage. This is for you, so use it. Okay, great. And I'm at the end of those notes. I'm very happy to have been able to bring this to you. If you guys are interested in checking out my master classes, believe me, you are. Tap in with me. I'm doing one a month, and they have been, downloads, deep diving things. And sometimes I do find that one's heart can get tired from pressing into the growth, and I still encourage you, learn how to refresh your heart and keep going. And sometimes it is that when we're learning, it can be a lot. But you get that learning, you take those notes, you listen, press play. Kid you not, press play every day. And let it affect you. Some things will land a little later. You know what I mean? Like you'll have the concept, you'll have the thought, it will swim and it will loom, and then it will begin to build. And those strings will come together, and the thoughts will come together, and they will form. And the next thing you know, you freaking understand. You understand to the point of possession and action. So keep pressing play. Keep showing up for you. Because I'm going to keep showing up for you. I'm going to keep showing up for you. And obstacles beyond, I'm going to keep showing up for you. Are you going to keep showing up for you? So that's a question only you can answer. And that's fair. So what I do want to do, I want to speak about a few things. Y'all, I wrote a book. I'm very excited about that book. It's called I'm Telling, Poems and Stories to Help Ease the Lonely Mind. It is a fun book. It was fun to write. It poured through me like 3 days. 3 days, a whole lot of words, 20,000 words, just somewhere in there. And I had to laugh because like when things pour through, I have to go back and read. So I have readers who were reading to offer me remarks and let me know how they felt about the book. What did they understand? Was it related to the title? Just some congruency things, right? And someone messaged, Lolly is my new favorite poem. And I'm like, Lolly. So I had to literally sit for a second and think and then go back into my book because it poured through me. And in the book, I wrote all new poetry. Like as I'm writing, I am creating not just the book, but I'm creating incredible works of poetry, just pouring myself out and shared myself in that book. And I really enjoyed it. So I love for you guys to enjoy it as well. Contact me if you'd like to grab your copy. You know what? We'll make it simple. You can text I'm telling. There is no G in that. It's I'm telling. You can text that to 321-443-2495. Text I'm telling to 321-443-2495 to get them details on how you can grab your copy, because I would love to get it over to you. That is a digital copy. It is $20. When I put it into hard copy, it's going to be a little bit more. So I'm excited about that. Okay, great. So buy it now. And like I did mention, masterclass I'm teaching one a month. Tap in with me on social medias. I post it there. Normally on Instagram. They get all the good news first, Friday, and all things sanctuary on Facebook. So between the two, find me. This September 20th through 22nd, Sanctuary Experience, which is my company, woohoo, we are hosting the women's event. 3 days, Florida, beautiful location, wonderful food, bonds of sisterhood. I mean, buku, 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 and spiritual work, work, work. We love you back to life. That is all SXP is about. I do that with an incredible Florida partner affiliate. Her name is Dallas Cohen, and then an incredible team. Oh my God, incredible team of people who literally are about that life. We all come together to love you back to life. Who wants to be loved back to life? Hurry, hurry, because we fill up fast. And that's the truth of the matter. So we have people RSVPing and putting down their deposits. Get it done now. We're already in toward the end of July. So that is that's the master's class. That's the event in September, and that's the book. And I think that was everything I plan to share with you guys tonight. And I am going to share the video. Boop, doop. And this is one of the lovely humans who did attend. I guess I'm going to load some more just so you guys can see other folks too. But I'm going to share this one too because I like this one and you get to like it too.
Hi, I'm Linda. This is my first sanctuary that I came to, and I was so excited to come because I was looking for some answers. I was looking for a connection inside of myself. I was looking for things that I hadn't discovered yet about me. And this sanctuary experience has started me more on that road to discovering who I am and to thinking about what does Linda need? What's inside of me? And what do I want to do as I move forward? So I've started a process. It's been wonderful. And I'm so glad that I came. And there's more to do. So I'm excited to move forward and just see where God is going to take me in this journey. But it started right here at Sanctuary. So you come too.
Okay, awesome. And that was Miss Linda and sharing her experience at the Sanctuary Experience. And I love that she recognized that there's more of her to explore. I chose to share her story because she is an elder, a beautiful one at that. And I'm not kidding about this life. Why live your life for everyone else and around you, but not live your own life, not experience the joy, the love that you deserve, the love that you can very well give yourself. And am I saying do not engage in love with others? No, I'm not saying that. But I am saying love you first. I am saying learn how to love you. Learn what you need. Dig into you and handle that. It's going to build a stronger, better iteration of you. And you will find that when you are loving out, i.e. loving others, you will not be depleted of your energy. You will not be angry and locked into these resentments and off your square. You will be loving them back to life as well. Are we going to encounter sandpaper people? Yes, we are. Have we been sandpaper people at one time or another? Of course we have. And if you think you haven't been a sandpaper person, you done bumped your head. And that's unfortunate. Let me wake you up to the truth. Yes, you have. You done irritated somebody. Okay? And that's okay too. Forgive yourself, forgive others, keep it moving. Life is too short. I think I got 2-3 phone calls this week already. Life is too short. So do not make the mistake of, I got a comedian next to me doing things. Do not make the mistake of not loving yourself. Okay. And if you're looking for a coach, here I am. You was looking, here I go. Reach out to me. You can text Coach Me or Coach Mel. Let's get it to 321-443-2495. I am an Intuit life coach. I love people back to life. I've been doing this for years and it's a joy. I love what I do. So it's not hard. It's not hard at all. Is it work? Will I piss you out somewhere along the way? I hope so. I hope I make you mad enough to move and do something different. and experience a better outcome. Got great goals in the water, and I'm gonna love you the same way, and you're gonna love me too, because all my clients do consistently. Period. And I ask, how can I love you? Do you feel loved? Are you seen? Are you heard? Are you growing? Because I believe in measurable outcomes and accountability. So you need some of that? Go ahead, get with me. Oh, you know what? I forgot about this part. I also decided that I was going to help first-time writers. If you want to, it was so much fun writing that book, y'all. If you would like to write your first book, let's do it. Let's do it. And don't tell nobody else, but I am a ghostwriter. That's why I guess it was just simple for me to do other stuff too. Anyway, all right, we've been here. It's an hour. We done met our time and our goals. I will see you next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Pacific. Out of the country, I'm gonna need you to figure it out because I don't know. Okay, great. Thank you for watching SXP Metamorphosis 365. I'm Melikia K. Courtney, your host. And playtime is Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, virtually on Clubhouse for the poets and musicians. You want to come play with me? Come on over there and play with me too. And if you're looking for a small group or a mastermind, you'd like to get involved, let's talk and get you moving forward. All right. On that note, I have to play mystical, magical songs to wave us out. Let's see if I'm a grown up and remember how to do this. I found it. The excitement.